Hello, everybody, and welcome to the debut of Michael's Pit. I'm going to be your host on this channel, giving you wrestling figure reviews, wrestling stories, facts, and all that fun stuff. I'm a bit of a wrestling historian, so I know a lot about wrestling, and I think incorporating a lot of the history of wrestling into these videos is going to be very informative and very interesting to a lot of you wrestling fanatics. Now, a lot of these stories and stuff, you guys being the wrestling fanatics that you are, probably already know. But there's a lot of people who don't know, and I really want to touch on a subject that a lot of people still today don't know. It's still a mystery to a lot of people, but I'm here to tell you what exactly happened with the dream match that never happened. Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 8. What happened? Why did this dream match never happen? This was the match that countless wrestling magazines, like Wrestling Insider, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, you name it, they were all talking about this huge dream match. What would happen if Ric Flair, the Nature Boy from the NWA/WCW, what would happen if he ever fought the WWE, or at that time WWF, heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan? And Vince McMahon had the match right in his hands, and he let it slip through his fingers. Why? Why did this match never happen? I mean, the sellouts, the money, I mean, unbelievable. What they could have drawn for this main event card, and especially the timing was perfect because Ric Flair left WCW and went right into the WWF right before WrestleMania, so they had plenty of time to do a great build up and storyline for it, and all the stars were aligned for this match to happen. And why didn't it? I'm here to tell you exactly why. And basically, it all comes down to this man. It's all basically Jake the Snake Roberts' fault. It's true. It's true. This is why Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair at WrestleMania 8 never happened. At the time, back in, I would say, 86, Jake the Snake Roberts was getting ready to feud with Hulk Hogan. But what happened was that basically Jake the Snake Roberts became the cool bad guy. Before Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jake the Snake Roberts, at the time of being a bad guy, was getting cheers. A lot of cheers. And one night, Jake the Snake Robert and Hulk Hogan met on the Snake Pit. And this was also a segment that was recorded but was never broadcast. But to those who were there at the arena that night and seeing the broadcast live, and from the stories that went on and continue to this day, even from Jake the Snake Roberts himself, was that on the Snake Pit, they wanted Jake the Snake Roberts to DDT Hulk Hogan to start the big feud between Jake the Snake Roberts and Hulk Hogan. And what happened was Jake did exactly that. He DDT'd Hulk Hogan right on the Snake Pit. And then it happened. The opposite happened. The fans, instead of booing Jake the Snake Roberts, started cheering Jake the Snake Roberts. And right away, the WWE went into panic mode. They immediately canceled the rivalry of Hulk Hogan versus Jake the Snake Roberts because it was to them a very, very bad business move. If Jake the Snake Roberts was seen on TV being cheered to the WWF's Golden Boy, the big hero, the big money maker for the company, that would be bad business. That would be a huge catastrophe, and it would have been right on TV and right in the house shows, and it would have been all over. It would have made public news everywhere in the Wrestling Insider, Pro Wrestling Illustrator. I mean, Bill Aucoin would have had a field day with that story. So immediately they canceled that rivalry because it does not look good for your World Heavyweight Champion, who is the hero of the company, the face of your company, to be booed nationally on television and in house shows and in every publication. Very bad. So now, years later, woo! Ric Flair arrives in the WWE, and the buzz for this was incredible. Fans rejoiced. Finally, we're going to see the two biggest names in wrestling at that time, Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, finally go at it. And the world was watching. So, what did the WWE do? Well, before WrestleMania, first they had to build up a storyline. They started doing that with Ric Flair, and they added The Undertaker into the storyline a little bit too. And they were getting ready, to have Ric Flair go against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. So they were building the story up. And then they were like, well, we need to have a little tryout, match. We'll do it at Madison Square Garden. And we'll see how everything goes. Whether the match is going to be good or what, whatever. So they did the tryout. The night came at Madison Square Garden, and then again it happened. Right before the match, you started hearing the chants. Flair, 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 Flair. I can only imagine what was going through Vince McMahon's mind behind the curtain that night. And Ric Flair came out to the huge chants of Ric Flair. And then Hulk Hogan came out to, again, huge cheers. But throughout the night, there was a little more cheers for Ric Flair. What do you think happened? You guessed it. The WWE canned the project. They went into panic mode, and right away they were like, we cannot have this match happen. This is going to look bad, especially a heavyweight champion, the most famous heavyweight champion from our rivalry company, come over and is being cheered on national television, much less WrestleMania, over our champion. That would look so bad, it wouldn't even be funny. I mean, picture Ric Flair at WrestleMania versus Hulk Hogan, and all the fans are cheering for Ric Flair. And you have a rivalry company, WCW, probably going to be laughing their ass off. And can you imagine the press afterwards? Now, Hulk Hogan, they probably would have more than likely made Hogan win that match that night, but do you really want that bad press? Hulk Hogan booed at WrestleMania over Ric Flair. Not a chance. Not a chance. So that, my friends, is the true story. And you can go back, for those of you who have old VHS tapes, before the stuff made it to the WWE library, watch your old VHS tapes if you have the match from Madison Square Garden on tape. And in the original copy, you will hear fans cheering for Ric Flair. Once it made it to the network, or should I now say YouTube, you can watch the match on YouTube right now in Madison Square Garden. Before they edited the whole match with the Flair chants, you could very clearly, before they started the editing, once the match started, you could hear very clearly the fans chanting for Ric Flair before they dubbed the rest of the match. And I highly advise you all to go back and check that out. It's on YouTube right now. I believe it's on the WWE's Vault page on YouTube. Check it out, and you'll hear the chants. And unfortunately, throughout the rest of the match, a lot of the audio was changed to protect Hulk Hogan and the WWE. But they did slip up a bit because you could hear the chants before the match started. So that is why the big match, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, dream match at WrestleMania 8 never happened. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do my best to bring more of these stories to you, and mostly it's going to be action figure, wrestling figure reviews. So stay tuned for a lot more stuff, and I'm excited about this new channel. I'm looking forward to bringing all this stuff to you, and I hope you all really like and subscribe and support my channel, and let's keep it going. And until the next review or story or trivia, I'll see you all on the next one, guys. Bye bye.